Since we first learned of their existence, the Klingon Empire has conquered and occupied 2 planets that we know of, fired on our ships half a dozen times.
In 1987, a man encased in gleaming metal and circuitry walked through smoke and sparks to redefine sci-fi action heroes forever. 2 decades later, that same man would be lecturing on Renaissance art at Syracuse University with a PhD in Italian Renaissance art history. The distance between RoboCop and Doctor of Philosophy is rarely traveled. So, what the hell happened to Peter Weller? Let's fade to legacy. Born June 24, 1947, in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, to a military family, Weller's early years were marked by frequent moves following his father's career as a helicopter pilot. This nomadic lifestyle instilled in him an adaptability that would later serve his shape-shifting career. Eventually settling in Texas, young Peter developed dual passions for acting and jazz, playing the trumpet with genuine skill while studying theater at North Texas State University. He further honed his craft at the prestigious American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York, where he embraced the rigorous discipline of method acting under the tutelage of acclaimed acting coach Uta Hagen. Weller's journey to breakthrough was methodical rather than meteoric. After cutting his teeth in off-Broadway productions, he made his film debut in 1979's Butch and Sundance: The Early Days, but it was his lead role in 1984's cult favorite, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, that first showcased his unique ability to blend deadpan delivery with genuine pathos. Playing the titular character, a physicist, neurosurgeon, test pilot, and rock star, Weller displayed a quirky charisma that caught Hollywood's attention. Despite the film's modest box office performance, it established him as an actor with both range and an unconventional screen presence. Then came 1987's RoboCop, the role that would forever define his career. Director Paul Verhoeven's dystopian masterpiece cast Weller as Officer Alex Murphy, a good cop brutally murdered and resurrected as a cyborg law enforcement officer. What could have been a one-dimensional action vehicle became something far more profound through Weller's nuanced performance. The physical challenges alone were monumental. The original RoboCop suit weighed nearly 80 pounds and took hours to put on and take off. But it was what Weller accomplished within these constraints that proved remarkable. Using his eyes, subtle head movements, and deliberately mechanical body language, he conveyed the tragedy of Murphy's situation. A man trapped between humanity and machinery. Film critic Roger Ebert praised Weller for bringing a depth and pathos to the character that wasn't necessarily on the page. RoboCop exceeded expectations, grossing over $53 million against a $13 million budget and earning 3 Academy Award nominations for its technical achievements. More importantly, it created an iconic character whose cultural footprint extends well beyond the film itself. The success of RoboCop established Weller in a particular cinematic persona, the thinking man's action hero. He projected intelligence and emotional complexity within genre frameworks that didn't always demand such depth. This pattern continued in 1990's RoboCop 2, where, despite a troubled production, Weller's commitment to the character remained unwavering. His Murphy continued to fight for his humanity amid increasing corporate control, a theme that resonated with audiences even as the sequel failed to capture the original's magic. Outside the RoboCop universe, Weller continued to seek challenging material. His turn as William S. Burroughs in David Cronenberg's hallucinatory Naked Lunch, 1991, showcased his ability to inhabit psychologically complex characters with precision. As the drug-addicted author navigating a nightmarish alternative reality, Weller delivered a performance of such controlled intensity that the New York Times described it as mesmerizing in its deadpan seediness. The film further cemented his status as an actor drawn to material operating at the boundaries of conventional storytelling. He rounded out this peak period with notable performances in Leviathan, 1989, and Screamers, 1995, science fiction films that, while not blockbusters, added to his reputation as a genre specialist who brought credibility and nuance to fantastical scenarios. In each role, Weller maintained his characteristic restraint, never overplaying moments that lesser actors might have used for scenery chewing. His controlled performances stood in stark contrast to the bombastic action heroes of the era. Yet this very specificity that made Weller so effective in certain roles began to create headwinds in his career. Hollywood's typecasting machine is relentless, and by the mid-90s, Weller found himself pigeonholed as a sci-fi actor at a time when the genre was falling out of industry favor. The physical demands of action roles also began to take their toll. Weller himself has spoken about the grueling experience of wearing the RoboCop suit day after day, and how it contributed to his reluctance to continue with the franchise. Additionally, the industry itself was shifting. The rise of CGI began changing how action films were made, creating new expectations for spectacle that didn't always align with Weller's more grounded approach. Younger actors were emerging who could more easily fit into the evolving blockbuster formula, and Weller, now in his late 40s, found leading roles harder to come by. Though respected for his craft, he lacked the box office draw that keeps actors in Hollywood's top tier, regardless of age. There were also reports of Weller being somewhat difficult on sets, though these should be considered in context. His method acting background and commitment to authenticity sometimes created friction in productions, prioritizing schedule over process. As one crew member from RoboCop 2 anonymously shared with Entertainment Weekly, Peter wasn't difficult so much as intensely focused. He had a very clear vision of who Murphy was, and he fought for that integrity. In an industry increasingly dominated by franchise formulas, such artistic stubbornness could be viewed as liability rather than asset. Rather than rage against these changing tides, Weller made one of the most fascinating pivots in Hollywood history. As his leading man roles waned, he began a parallel career in academia that would eventually become as significant as his acting work. His interest in art history, long a personal passion, evolved into formal study. While still maintaining his screen career, Weller enrolled in graduate studies at Syracuse University, demonstrating the same discipline and focus he brought to his performances. This wasn't a casual hobby or celebrity dilettantism. Weller approached his academic career with characteristic thoroughness, ultimately earning his PhD in Italian Renaissance art history in 2014, with a dissertation focusing on the 15th century Venetian artist Gentile and Giovanni Bellini. Dr. Weller, as he could now rightfully be called, became a respected art historian who lectured at prestigious institutions including the Hammer Museum in Los Angeles and taught courses at Syracuse University. Simultaneously, Weller developed another career avenue as a television director. Beginning with episodes of Homicide: Life on the Street. In the late 1990s, he established himself as a capable director with a particular talent for crime dramas and action sequences. His directing credits expanded to include episodes of Sons of Anarchy, Longmire, Hawaii Five-0, and numerous other series. This transition allowed him to remain in the industry while stepping away from the physical demands and typecasting issues of his acting career. Not that Weller abandoned acting entirely. In fact, his selective approach to roles in his later career has resulted in some of his most interesting work. His recurring role as Christopher Henderson in 24, showcased his ability to project menace and intelligence without resorting to villain cliches. Similarly, his portrayal of Stan Liddy in Dexter created one of the show's most memorable antagonists, a disgraced cop whose obsessive investigation of the title character leads to his downfall. Perhaps most surprisingly, Weller returned to the science fiction genre that made him famous, though in ways that capitalized on his maturity rather than attempting to recapture past glories. His appearance as Admiral Alexander Marcus in 2013's Star Trek Into Darkness introduced him to a new generation of viewers. Around the same time, he voiced the aging Batman in the animated adaptation of Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, bringing gravitas to an older, more cynical version of the character that perfectly matched his own evolving screen persona. More recently, Weller has continued this pattern of selective, quality appearances. His recurring role in the reboot of MacGyver and his appearance in the Amazon series Hunters demonstrate his continued ability to elevate material through his presence. In 2021, he appeared in Aporia, an independent sci-fi drama that once again found him exploring themes of technology and humanity, territory he has made uniquely his own throughout his career. Currently based in Italy for much of the year, where he continues his art history research while maintaining a residence in California, Weller has crafted a life that elegantly balances his multiple passions. He still teaches and lectures on Renaissance art and history while remaining available for film and television projects that interest him. Now in his mid-70s, he approaches both his academic and acting work with the same intensity and focus that characterized his breakthrough performances. What makes Peter Weller's legacy so distinctive is not just the iconic nature of his most famous role, but the intellectual curiosity that has driven his unusual career trajectory. In an industry that often encourages specialization, he has consistently refused categorization. The same man who brought humanity to a cyborg has illuminated Renaissance art for university students. The action star became a scholar without abandoning his first craft. Weller's performances are characterized by a rare quality of thoughtful restraint. Even in his most commercial projects, he never condescends to the material, finding the human core in genre conventions. His RoboCop remains the standard against which all similar human-machine hybrids are measured, not because of spectacular effects, but because Weller made us care about the man inside the machine. The precision of his physical performance, working within extraordinary constraints, demonstrated an actor more concerned with communication than grandstanding. Beyond his specific roles, Weller's career path itself offers a compelling narrative about creative reinvention. His transition from action hero to academic represents not a rejection of his earlier work, but an expansion of his intellectual landscape. In doing so, he's demonstrated that an artist's evolution need not be constrained by external expectations or industry categories. For actors facing the industry's notorious age discrimination and typecasting problems, Weller provides an inspiring template for maintaining relevance and satisfaction by diversifying one's pursuits and following genuine passions. His refusal to be defined solely by his most famous role, without ever disowning it, shows a healthy relationship with fame that few achieve. If you enjoyed this exploration of Peter Weller's remarkable journey from RoboCop to Renaissance scholar, please like, subscribe, and comment below. I really do look forward to seeing you in the next one.